Welcome back to Sports Sunday, and welcome back to Gail Jarvis, who must have brained them in Peak Hill.
Mike, I've had the best week, I have to tell you. Thanks to Mr. Tapp here, our friend and colleague, I've spent a couple of days out in the far west of New South Wales at a race meeting that I can only say is a race meeting with a difference.
And you took part?
I actually took part. I mean, I think it's one of those things you always want to do. You know, you think, I could get out there and become a sports person like everyone else. I think I'm happier in the armchair, though.
I was delighted to recommend you, Gail.
I know you were, John. I'm going to
organising
recommend you for something very shortly, too.
the organising committee headed by the Rajah Fred Chester simply requested a good sport and a good sort. So that's why we sent you to Peak Hill. Picnic trots, unheard of.
Picnic trots, they are unheard of. I think the best thing to do is to have a look at this story, and you can see why it's a race meeting with a difference.
If rural New South Wales is suffering the doldrums, you'd never guess it in Peak Hill. While some of the smaller businesses may have gone to the wall, in the area of sport and recreation, Peak Hill is positively booming. Somewhere between Parkes and Dubbo, it boasts an amazing 7 liquor licences, and that's just for 1,400 people. In other words, it's 200 locals per watering hole. And if it looks a bit sleepy downtown, that's because all the locals are down the road at the annual picnic race meeting. Not just any old race meeting, this one. It's Australia's only harness picnic race event.
Have a nice day, paper today?
And the whole town, plus half the district, has turned out for what the trotting people consider is a great innovation. Even trotting heavies like New South Wales Trotting Authority Chairman Mike Cummins are there to see if the picnic meetings could be worth nurturing.
One of the reasons I was particularly keen to come up this year was to see whether it was a success, and I think you've only got to look around here today to see that it's been an outstanding success. And I'd like to see a lot of harness racing clubs in the country move towards a picnic race at least once a year.
Very, very courageous to start off with. Of course, nobody had ever done it, but if you have a look around here today, you'll see it's very, very successful also.
The Peak Hill Club held its first picnic meeting last year. So successful was it that even the sponsors were prepared to give it a second go. And judging by the number of bookies who turned up, there was no shortage of eager punters either.
15 to 5 each way to Roundabout. On 61, come on.
They take their racing seriously out here in the West. In fact, every second farmer seems to either breed or train a harness horse.
It is an industry here. It's not just a club. The club evolves because the industry is here.
So it really is the cradle, I guess, of the harness horse racing in New South Wales.
Well, it's one of the cradles. There are many districts with breeding industries as strong as here. But the Western Districts itself, which this club is a part of, is the strongest harness racing district in New South Wales, in country New South Wales.
Yeah, if you've got a gallop around here, you've got a nasty disease. It's all trotting.
And while the Sire Stakes might have been the feature event of the day, it was a special challenge event that kept the punters, well, amused. There was yours truly, holding the heady harness of Tornado Tim, representing the Nine Network and pitted against Channel 8 Orange Wonder Girl, Francine Rio. It's amazing what the bushies will do for publicity.
The pony turned in the right direction, so you're going to give a bit of start, it looks a thing.
Off to a great start, and the little pony figured he was going to win this race despite his driver.
Tornado Tim to the lead, but this Johnny Tulliver was in hot pursuit up. They're going to get right in behind the other pony running up the side. Nothing between them at the moment. Jarvis the inside, and Francine Rio about a neck behind her on the outside is going to attack her quickly.
Hey, Tim, aren't we supposed to be trotting?
And
let's get this right now.
Tim went into a bit of a stitch there for a while, and Tornado Tim starting to...
By the time we got it all figured out, the race was over, and the local girl had disgraced her network cousin. Well, that's horse racing, I guess.
The line to win well.
Well, what happened to you? Bloody odds on favour and you get rolled. You're not you.
You go be a galloper.
Aye? Fair thing, we put you on the P. You get rolled.
Despite the humiliation, a great day was had by all. So much so that the picnic harness events could become a regular fixture around the country. Peak Hill has made a bold move, and it looks like it's all paid off.
Well, I think presidents and executive officers of other clubs that see this success and see that it can be done and it can be done 2 years in a row, have got to turn around and have a try.
I was talking to Alec there earlier. I want Gibbo and the bloke from Channel 8, Ross Larson. And I think we can find out, and I've also, now this is not as real silly, but they said we have to get Carlton's Clydesdales, because they're both hefty sorts of lads, and they said, well, this can be possible. They said, we can get these Clydesdales up here.
Oh, thanks very much.
Hey? Call Freddie Chester, by the way, if you want to send him a cheerio call. Fred Chester.
I support Fred too in his comments about Gale. I mean, I think you're a bit of a hot case, actually. Why is it that the favourite always breaks? The two's on pop, Johnny, you'd know that.
That's a funny thing, Gale. Fortunately, that was a picnic meeting,
yes,
unregistered. Yes. Had that been a fair dinkum race, you'd have got life. Well, that's the hottest case I've seen for 10 years.
You said to me as a jockey, you follow what the trainer tells you. Now, I just follow the trainer's instructions.
And the other horse.
And the other horse.
Yeah, but might have been a shonky trainer, though. You were too believing.
I don't think so. What do you think about next year? The Clydesdales, Gibbo and Channel 8 Orange?
Yeah.
I've got a couple of assignments for you yet in the next month. You've got to go to Galargum Bone Dogs and kick a tin along trots. Are you all set?
Somebody invited me to a guinea pig race the other day. I thought, what am I supposed to do?
I reckon you could stop the favourite there too.
Well, hottest case I've seen for a decade.
Well, yes.
Well done.